This is the state of my kids' room. It gets like this a lot. It's actually common for kids of all ages to have messy rooms. And look at this lazy little bum on the bed here. You're probably asking, why do my kids not clean their room? It comes down to the fact that they just don't want to. Most kids would rather be doing something else like using electronics, texting, or FaceTiming their friends. Some say kids should start cleaning their rooms at the age of 5, and others say around 7. Experts agree that letting a child clean and maintain their own room is actually a healthy strategy. When a space feels overwhelming, it helps to break the task into smaller sections. I will focus on one part of the room at a time. I'll start at the door and then I'll move my way around the room so that I'm able to actually get into the room so that I can move around to clean the rest of it. A cluttered room can be visually overwhelming for children, especially younger ones. Too many toys, clothes, or random items just scattered around can actually overstimulate their senses. It makes it harder for them to concentrate or relax. Studies show that excess clutter can lead to cognitive overload, even for kids. A messy environment can contribute to feelings of anxiety in children, even if they don't recognize it. When a room is chaotic, it can create a sense of being out of control, which may cause stress. While kids may not express it the same way as adults do, they can feel overwhelmed by the disorder. Research indicates that clutter and mess can affect children's ability to focus on play, their homework, or even other activities. They may jump from one toy to another activity, then to the next, without fully engaging in anything because the environment is just too distracting. When I'm making the kids' bed, I like to turn the cover inside out. I then put the corners into each corner and I shake it down so that the cover goes over the doona. Then I will grab the other side, make sure that those corners are in and shake it down once more. This is the easiest way for me to put the covers on. Do you have a specific way in which you put the cover on? When it comes to the pillows, I will just either shove them in and hold the bottom and pull the cover over. It can be a little frustrating, or as I do on the second pillow, turn it inside out, place it over the first corners, then pull it down to cover the entire pillow. This works well and the fastest for me. On the flip side, when a child helps clean and organize their room, they often feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Having a neat space can make them feel more comfortable, relaxed, and in control of their environment. It's also linked to improved mood and definitely reduces the stress. Cleaning is a life skill, so teaching your kids to clean and to tidy up is a valuable life skill. Encouraging them to take part in the process not only makes them more responsible, but also helps them to develop time management and organizational habits from a young age. So I made the beds because sometimes just making the beds helps the room to look better already. That just helps to clear up. Also, now I have space to put a few things so that I'm not throwing everything else out the door and then having to worry about getting it all back in later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the plushies on the bed for now until I can figure out where they're going to go, because there are a lot of them. Involving your kids in an age-appropriate task like putting away toys, books, or just folding their clothes can be a fun way to engage them while fostering a sense of responsibility. This is going to go. It was a temporary solution just to get it out of the living area when I did my DIY cube for that area. So this will now be broken down and boxed and gotten rid of. Some children may feel a sense of guilt or frustration when their room is messy. They might recognize that their space is out of order, but feel unsure or just too overwhelmed to fix it themselves. This can also lead to negative emotions, especially if they know that they're expected to clean it, but they just don't know where to start. A cluttered room can affect a child's ability to wind down and relax at bedtime. The mess can cause feelings of unease, restlessness, leading to difficulty falling asleep or getting restful sleep. Day 2 of this wonderful mess, and yesterday was a little rough. Let's just say I had a little bit of a meltdown. Too much going on in this brain, but we are back to cleaning today. The sun went down, I lost some light, so I couldn't carry on recording yesterday, so I just did a little bit of backscene stuff. What I'm talking about is I went and got myself some of these Lego tubs from Kmart. These are really awesome. They have got the little Lego look on top, and when you open them up, you have a container on the top and you have the bottom section. So what we did was we sorted all the Lego, just the standard pieces of Lego, and we put them all in colours into about 6 of these tubs. And I'm going to use these to store in the kids' room for the Lego. They have got so much Lego and it's always all over the place. That big tub that I normally put them in is just too much for me. This is going to be awesome and the kids are going to be able to find everything. If you're looking for these, they're at Kmart. As you can see, I removed that whole back section that was on that wall. That was that stand with the hooks on it. That is now out of the room. So I'm going to change this room up a little bit because I'm not happy with the way it is set out. We have got a few good ideas that we are going to put together, and I hope it's going to inspire you to think a little bit out of the box when you are doing whatever makeover you're busy with. So we've covered a lot on children and their feelings. What about us as parents or guardians? Like I mentioned, I had a little of a rough day on day 1. You need to remember that feeling overwhelmed is normal. And when you start stressing about it, it then intensifies and anxiety builds up. The way I deal with this, and please, I am by no means a doctor, nor have I studied anything in this field. From my personal experience in this situation, I find it best to try and clear my thoughts. Go for a walk and listen to something that makes me happy, or I go for coffee and unwind. I took this time to take my daughter to the shop, and I found a few things that I could use in the kids' room. That motivated me to get going, and I felt a lot better. Retail therapy, I tell you, it works every time. Time to clear off the bookshelf using a box. Okay, so that happened. No biggie. I feel like I just picked up enough Lego to fill a shop. What harm could a few bracelet charms be, right? If you are not sure about what it is to be overwhelmed, or even if you are actually overwhelmed, the key things to look out for are moodiness, being irritated very, very easily, crying for silly little things, and maybe keeping yourself at a distance, not being social. Okay, all these books need to be taken off the shelf, so let's just wish them away. The storage solution worked in my mind when I did this. But I did not take into account that kids will be pulling the shirt in the middle of the stack, and everything on top will just fall out and get shoved back in. I have bought 2 smaller drawer sets from Kmart to go in here. I built them yesterday and they're a little smaller than what I envisioned, but they will work. I'm also going to remove the TV from the cupboard so that I'm able to use this hanging space on the side. Most of the clothing I'm going to try to place in the drawers. Raven's shirts and dresses I will hang in the cupboard. You will always see me using ice cream containers to store small toys. I find it a cheap option, and it does the job. A lot of these toys will probably just disappear. As I said previously, it's good to get the kids involved. I'm sure that they are going to think twice before putting their dirty hands and feet up on the wall after I made them wash it themselves. Wishful thinking, hey? And yes, they orchestrated that ending. Okay, I have been quite the busybody in this room. I had to stop recording for a little while because unfortunately there was a lot of furniture being moved around and I didn't want to damage my camera. Let me show you what I have done. I have put the bookshelf over there for now. This is where the window is. You can see I have moved the bunk bed from that wall to the window. I needed more space in the room and the way it was not working. That little table over there is actually a sewing machine table, and I have decided to use it in here for Raven. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put all her arts and crafts in over here. All her nice workbooks that she likes to do, maths and English and all that, is at the top. I've just put some random books there, and then at the bottom she's got some scrapbooking, which is really big, so it can't really go on any other shelving, and just some other random books. Now that will be nicely tucked away so you won't see it. Push this cupboard. When she wants to do Lego, she has this extra table and she can still watch TV if she wants to. So that is why I did that. This room is taking me a lot longer than I would have expected, but this is the problem with me doing my own home. I get too technical with things. I will rearrange and shuffle until I am happy, and it will absolutely drive me insane. Cleaning other people's places really is a lot easier. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to show you. I put those little bookshelves that were in the cupboard underneath the bed. Look how nicely they fit there. Absolutely perfect. And then I've put all the kids' books under there as well. What I love about this is the kids love to sit on the floor and mess around on the floor. Now their books are so easily accessible. They can sit on the floor or grab a book and it just looks so nice. Also don't have this gaping hole where things can be shoved in underneath the bed. Plushies and dolls just seem to be her thing at the moment. She absolutely loves it. So she's asked if I could just keep this one tub under her bed. Time to put the Lego away. This Lego storage solution is great. They can take them out to build and pack away when they are done. Because everything has a place, it will make cleaning a lot easier. So stick it straight. No, scoot. Yep, there. Okay, now you gotta rub it on.
There we go. That looks so cool.
Papa.
Do you think I did well?
Good girl. Okay, let's go get the others done. I folded and packed all the clothing into the drawers. Raven finished off all the labeling on the drawer sets that I bought. And I made vinyl tags for the Lego and everything is starting to look really great. I placed some of their bits and pieces on the bookshelf and left some space at the bottom just in case we need it for something else that may pop up. The beds are refreshed and ready. Raven's tub of dolls and teddies is labeled and all the books are just looking so great. I found these little storage boxes at Aldi. They have little lights that light up and they can actually be used as seating. Raven is going to love these. I have to admit, the room looks so much more open and organized. All Raven's shirts are in the cupboard and I did try to color code them. Well, that's what I did with this room. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Clean with me videos are very hard for me to do. I struggle with them. But I really tried for you guys with this one. If you enjoyed this video, tell me if you want to see more Clean with me's like this. I am hoping that with some of the organization I've put in place, specifically with the Lego, getting rid of toys that they don't use anymore, and just labeling things a little, will help them to keep this a little more organized. Giving the kids the right tools will also help them keep their rooms clean. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed and you've watched this far, consider subscribing and go check out this video. You're gonna like it.